So my freshman year at Central Michigan University, I was involved in the Greek-lettered organization Phi Delta Theta, and one of our organization's values is philanthropy. And when I joined, it was right during the beginning of the Flint water crisis, and our organization determined that we wanted to hold a water distribution in Flint to basically give back to the community. And we ended up distributing over a semi full of water to the area, and I really that was a really big eye-opening for me. And later that week, I got some people together in my residence hall at school, and I basically just said how it felt and what the need is in the city. And I said I want to move forward and make an organization on this, and I want to get some more people involved. So we all kind of collaborated for a little bit, and we determined that we created an organization that would be education based. And the reason why we chose education was because the lead poisoning from the water crisis was going to put such a learning curve on the students in Flint, and we just wanted to make sure parents didn't have to worry about getting the school supplies, backpacks, and whatnot for the upcoming school year. So that's kind of how we got started, and our first year we were able to help about 300 to 400 students back in 2016, and then last year we were able to help just over 2,500, and we continue to grow to this date, and we're expected to do about 10,000 this year. I was getting started with all of this. I was talking to some of my friends and family about this, and everybody was calling me crazy, you're going to invest too much money and time into this, and it's not going to be worth it in the long run because you're only going to be able to help about 10 students. And I proved everybody wrong that first year, and I think that it's not about the numbers, it's about seeing who you can impact and what kind of impact you can make on the community. I think a big thing with nonprofits is you have to know the right people and you have to be dedicated to it and never give up. We've gone through a lot of struggles as an organization, especially since we're all so young, just not really knowing what direction we're going in. But because of that, we've met a lot of people who have all those connections and stuff and can help us out through those challenges. And with that, they've been able to assist us with funding, just figuring out how to do taxes, all that kind of stuff, and it's been really helpful. So I think that one of the big problems in Flint right now is everyone has been suffering for so long and everything. They've lost trust in the government. They've lost trust in the people who they should be able to trust in everything. Everyone should have the right to clean water, and they should trust the water that they're drinking. And I think that as the water crisis is slowly dwindling away, it's going to take a while until it's completely done. I think it's going to be a matter of getting people's hopes up, and I think that our organization is pretty big in that because we're not just education based. We are trying to focus on doing family events for everybody, giving everybody an experience more so than just handing them things. So I think that everybody in the area just needs to get their spirits back up and everything, and it's going to take time, but I think that's a big thing that's needed. So in the beginning of April, I was doing water drops to people's homes and stuff in the area with Little Miss Flint, and we rented out a U-Haul and we just went door to door to hand out water to people. And some people would stop us and just talk to us for about 30 minutes about their stories and how it's affected them personally and whatnot, and kind of the struggles that they're having with the government still. So it's been really eye-opening to hear those stories and just know that you're able to help them in some kind of way. I think that's a big thing with every organization, is if you ever hear the personal stories of what people are actually going through, it means a lot more, and it means that you're going to keep fighting more for those people. And at the planning with all these events that we do put on and just everything that goes into it, it does get stressful, and sometimes you question why am I doing this? But then after the events, it's this is why we're doing it. Sometimes I'll get emotional on my way back home, just wow, this is the kind of impact we can have on people. Our organization right now is actually working on a lot of new programs. We are launching an educational program for this summer, which is going to give students workbooks that they can work on throughout the whole entire summer, and then if they come to one of our school supply distributions in August or September, they can walk away with a bike or a scooter or something along those lines. We're also working on a leadership conference in November, and that's going to be another event where students will be able to come and just kind of get that experience. Like I was talking about, we don't like to just hand them stuff, we want to give them an experience. And then we also have a bunch of other stuff in the works. Yeah, I think one of the biggest things that I struggle with is time management, but because of everything that I'm involved with the CMU event planning, CMU Greek life, pack your bag, fraternities, everything you basically name it, I'm involved with right now at school. But just learning how to manage my time has been something I've really taken away from this, and also how to talk to others and kind of just really listen to people's stories and how to act on them. I don't really know what the future holds. I haven't really thought too much about it just because I'm so busy. But I definitely will always be involved with this organization, regardless of what happens. I'll stay up till 2 a.m. like I do right now for the rest of my life if it happens. So there's always a bunch of volunteer opportunities online and whatnot. And I just really encourage people to look into those because you never know what's going to come out of it. You might land a job. You're going to impact so many people. It's just going to be so beneficial for yourself and others. So I just always recommend to look into it. If you're ever looking for Pack Your Back information, just go to packyourback.org.